Good evening, everybody. Michael Day here again for Beer Productions. We're at the Supreme Pool Series, Event 3. It's the Supreme Masters. We're going to bringing you our first streamed match of the second round. So this is the winners round 1, technically. It's going to be between Malta's Ryan Pisani and Morocco's Omar Mounchid. We are just waiting for the referee to come into the arena, so we'll be back with you shortly. So stay tuned. Okay, welcome back, everybody. We're back at the Players Pool and Snooker Lounge for the Supreme Masters. So this is the winners round 1. So both of these players have already played today and come through their first matches. It's an international feeling. It's Ryan Pisani of Malta versus Omar Mounchid of Morocco. My name's Michael Day. I'm delighted to be joined in the commentary box with Dave Fernandez. Hello, Dave. Thanks.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Here for a good game.
Yeah.
Both of the top players from Malta. Nice to see them over in a big competition like this. So.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it's great. You know, the international feeling. You know, players coming from afar.
Definitely.
It's a great event.
We had an event over in Morocco, and it was well supported by the England players, obviously, and we all went over there. So it's nice to see a few of these come over.
Yeah, it just progresses the sport, doesn't it?
Yeah, hopefully attract a few more, and then well, they're quality players as well. They can definitely hold their own, and they're
sure.
top class players. Like, both won their first round matches.
Sure.
Probably be a bit disappointed they've drawn each other after travelling so far, but.
How have you played yet, Dave?
Played my first game earlier, won 11-3, so...
comfortable, bit of spare change then?
Yeah, it sounds easy, doesn't it? It's when you're there, it's not. It's such a good field, so many class players that you need to take your chance when you get it, otherwise you might not get another one.
Of course.
Especially with the Blackpool rules, this event, it's a lot more open. We've seen, obviously, Liam Dunster get beaten, Gareth Hibbard. There's a lot of big guns already in the losers' half.
Yeah,
so.
Mark Boyle, Phil Harrison, it's...
It's, the list goes on.
That losers' side is not looking too nice for people who are there. So
definitely not one of these will join them, I think.
Yeah.
So I think this is a very close game, to be honest with you. I think Ryan's probably the player in form at the moment. He done well in the last event. But again, I don't know how much black ball they play. The last event was world rules. I know Ryan plays world rules.
Yeah, am I right in thinking that they're world rules in nationals?
I think they play black balls. I think they play both. I think they're allowed in Malta to play both.
Okay. So they shouldn't be. It shouldn't be two of an alien set.
No. It should be quite. It'll be a very attacking match as well. They're both very attacking players, fast players. I just think, as a prediction, possibly you'd fancy Ryan a bit more. Every time I see him on Facebook, because I don't know him very well personally, but as a friend sort of thing, I'll see him and he's always on Facebook and saying he's practicing and trying his hardest and giving it everything. So
yeah. Well, our sort of on-site bookmaker, he just shaded Ryan as the 8 to 11 favourite.
Yeah,
so that's about fair then.
Yeah,
with
I think it's a fair call.
You're assessing there.
But like I said, Omar obviously is a class act himself, and you don't know what record they've got against each other back at home. So,
well, Omar beat Arfan Dad, so you know, to beat Arfan Dad,
fantastic result.
You know, he's got to be very, very competent player. So anyway, Ryan won the lag, and he's broken. Wow, he's quite a smelling of roses here. They've absolutely fantastic.
Just got to play. Just got to mind his work a little bit here.
Yeah.
You don't want to. May take the one in the middle and screw back for the second one, or take the other one first.
And I'm not sure if either Ryan or Omar have played on in the arena table. So obviously this does play different to the other tables in the other room. So the 15 tables. So
yeah, definitely. It's a lot cooler here in here as well. The other room's pretty warm, but
yeah, there's
it's not unplayable, but it's
a lot of body heat in the other room.
Sticky, yeah.
A lot of hot air.
Yeah, there's a lot of pool players here. But yeah, he's played a nice shot there. I think again, it's a bit tricky. He's tempted to drop it in the middle, I think, and then maybe come round for the black in the middle. But we shall see what he fancies.
So for anybody sort of joining the stream for the first time, I say that this is the winners' side of the draw. So Ryan and Omar have already played a match and won. The matches on the winners' side are first to 11. The losers' side, or the B side, whatever you want to call it, doesn't begin again until tomorrow morning. There'll be races to 8 because obviously there's a lot more rounds of that. We run on basically a double elimination qualifying system, so we're trying to find 16 players for the single elimination knockout portion of the tournament. 8 will come from the winner's side, 8 from the loser's side. As we say that, Ryan's completed the niceties.
Took him out well, looked comfortable.
Yeah, look good there. That'd be a nice confidence booster.
Yeah, definitely. It was a lovely break. It's just they're one of the ones that you want to get them and get the finish, because if you don't, you kind of on a downer because it was such a good finish. Yeah.
So who have you got later, Dave? Are you playing later this evening?
Yeah, I think I've got the winner of Callum Singleton and Michael Steele. So I mean, it'll be a tough game either way. Both class players.
Yeah.
But, like I say, it doesn't get easy, does it? Anyway, the field's the field.
There's no gimmies here.
Yeah, I think he priced up Mick Hill, didn't he, at 3-1 to win the event, and then it was like 8-1 after that. But at Black Ball rules, I think it just makes it that much more open.
Yeah, especially with Mick. Mick's got a bit of a neck injury as well, neck issue. So yeah, he was. I mean, I commentated in his first game, and he was getting down pretty gingerly at the start of it, but towards the end, he won very comfortably in the end. But he did mention to Lee in the interview afterwards that he is struggling with a neck injury. So,
so
he'd certainly have a trouble lifting that trophy.
Yeah, definitely,
because it's
that's a bit weighs a ton, doesn't it?
Yeah, it looks.
We'd like to play him first thing in the morning, then, really, wouldn't you? If he's a bit stiff after waking up, you'd be happy to have him at 9 AM. But once he's warmed up, you want to avoid him, I think.
Yeah. Well, we were saying, I don't know what your opinion was. With, it's nice having longer games, first to 11s. There's not many tournaments where you'll play first to 11s, so it is a good match play sort of environment. And the better players should come through on the longer formats. But we were saying with the qualifying system, Mick Hill has to be beaten twice. Not to get into knockout section. So, but as he proved the last event, he got through the winner's side. But then Phil Harrison, was exceptional against him. Mick couldn't pot a ball at the break, and he was just so clinical. So he's beatable, as is everybody. But it's such a high quality field. There's so much.
I don't know if, obviously, with Mick losing in the last competition, I think it's give everyone a bit of a hope as well. I mean, I'm not saying he's guaranteed to win any events, because he's not, but. I mean, he's definitely the favourite at every event, I think, and I think everyone believes that.
Oh, that was
yeah. Again, that's one of them finishes, really. Omar would like to have just took them out just to settle in, but because he's missed it now, he's going to be playing his mind open table.
Yeah. So anybody who's new to sort of Black Ball, obviously Omar did did pot a ball off the break, but effectively that's a free hit, a free shot in black ball. You actually have to pot a ball after the break. So because he missed, it's an open table, and Ryan again, well, he's in a good position here for sort of double his lead.
Yeah, he'd like to get a nice start. If he gets a little gap early doors, easily settle in, and then take it from there. They'll be playing on Omar's mind, unless if Ryan doesn't take these out, then he'll forget about it as quick as anything. But if he takes them out, he'll be thinking, I should be 1-1 here, it should be me taking these out. Any questions on the chat? Just feel free to fire away, and we'll do our best to answer them.
What we'll also do is like I say, we do have 15 other tables in action in the arena next door, so we will kind of keep you updated with sort of the main results. We do have the real #1 playing against Tom Cousins, George Turning. He's actually taking a 1-0 lead against Tom.
There they are. He's got a lot of support here.
Well, he's got millions of fans.
Well, he has the millions and millions. I've not seen so many since The Rock on the wrestling, I think.
No, he's so
he's good for the game. He's definitely good for the game.
Yeah, he certainly draws people in.
I think anyone that does take him seriously really needs to.
Yeah.
But he's a good player, and Tom scraped through the first game against Declan Brennan.
Yeah, I mean, a few people online were asking about who I fancy, to do well, and I kind of said, well, Tom Cousins might be free rolling a little bit because Declan Brennan should have beat him. He had a black to beat him, didn't pot it, was leading the entire match. So Tom's come through that, so he'd probably think perhaps, wow, I'm still in the winner's side, so he might be dangerous. Obviously, Tom's always going to be dangerous anyway, but.
Definitely, but with the players that have now joined the loser side, it's looking even more of a blessing a little bit. I mean, John McAllister's playing Simon Fitzsimmons. And that's another one of them would be disappearing. And
well, Simon's actually 9-6 up on our scoreline, so John McAllister's great form in other events. He might be straight on the B side straight away.
Well, the semi-finals last event was Phil Harrison won it. He's out against Liam Dunster. He's out. John McAllister is currently losing.
Yeah, and so, Nick Hill's got a crooked neck.
Crooked neck. So,
wow, yeah.
There's hope for everyone.
I didn't think it'd like that, Dave. That's
3 of the 4 definitely could be in the loser side after one round. So it shows how open it is, really.
There's going to be some tasty matches throughout tomorrow. Like I say, we stream the losers section as well. So big names there. Okay. And while I've been blabbering on, Brian's been calmly
going about his work.
And
he looks very composed, doesn't he? He's still quite a young lad. I think he's in his mid-20s, early 20s, possibly, because he's not long come out the under-23s for Malta.
Right.
He's always been a very good player, but sometimes people struggle to make that step from the under-21s or the under-23s to the men's, and then they kind of disappear, sort of thing, the youngsters. But he seems to have knuckled down and takes a nice 2-0 lead and looks very comfortable, doesn't he? Doesn't look flustered one little bit, being on the live stream, the main table, and.
He certainly looks comfortable. I mean, he's not Mr. Bull. He's 100% at the minute. So I was about to say, like from Malta's. I've been to Malta, and it's it's a tiny place. It's a tiny nation, but they have such a great sort of Q Sports heritage for such a small nation. Obviously with the snooker background, and the English pool teams. They're always competitive. So it's great, to, like you say, to see them come over here.
Yeah, the team's good. I mean, I only come into the England setup probably 5 years ago, possibly, and Malta, no disrespect to them at all, they wasn't one of the strongest teams out there. But since then 4 or 5 years I've been there, they get stronger and stronger. Yeah. They've got some class acts now in the side, and they've managed to keep them together. And then the youth's coming through. I mean, you've got Dijan is another youth that comes through. He's playing in the under-23s at the moment, but he'll be joining the men's, and players like Antoine and things. I mean, they've got a very good side. It's just keeping them all together, really. And
of course, Morocco won the World Team Championships a few years ago.
Exactly.
Didn't they? So,
and Omar was in the team that won it, as far as I recall.
So he's a World Team Champion. So
not many can say that, really. So
no, so that's a good. He's hit them well, hasn't he, Ryan?
Massive break.
He's unlucky, really, not to find. Because, like I say, he's connected them well.
Well, with the black ball rules again, like you say, if you pot one off the break, you're still open table, isn't it? So you then have to pot another one to be on the set of balls you wish. It's not just about nominating and taking control. It kind of forces you into saying, well, if you want these, then you're going to have to do some work to get on them.
Exactly. I was saying earlier about the break, you need a couple of there's a couple of different factors that you need to get right. Obviously, you need to hit them well. You need to make a ball, and obviously, you need to be on a ball to start
definitely.
with. So,
yeah.
you know, it's...
I had a frame early. Well, the opponent I was playing, he had a break, and I think he played 3 or 4 yellows and landed literally touching ball behind the red. But because it was open table, he played a shot, and then I allowed to get on yellows, and I was like, lovely, cheers. Which is nice when it goes for you, but against you, you'd be fuming. But
but it's the atmosphere as well. It's like a bear pit out there, isn't it? In the other, well, in this arena it is as well, but in there, because you've got 15 tables at once, and people are watching, people cheering on their players they might have had a bet on. It's just it's like electric.
It's good that people can have like little lackers and stuff. So even if people are here or they've been eliminated or lost or just coming to watch, they have an interest in every match. I mean, well, earlier on when Tom Cousins was playing against Declan, I mean, in the end of it, there was about 15, 20, 30 people watching it, all waiting on Tom because of their accumulated bets. It wasn't because of
the was about to be busted.
Yeah. Some of the players were like, oh, we kind of want him to lose a life, and then other players were like, we want him to win because it's like 50 quid, 60 quid, so it's not...
Yeah, it does add another dimension to it all. That was a nice shot there from Omar, just to squeeze that through.
I think he just needs to settle in a little bit. He is a very good player, Omar, so... I think he just needs to get a frame on the board now, because it drags on a little bit, 2, 3 possibly, and then you start doubting yourself then, don't you? So if you just get one on the board, settle down. This is against the break, isn't it, as well? So if he'll have the break in the next frame if you can manage to take these out.
Yeah, so be back on serve, back on throw, or whatever. You know, it's
wish it's as easy as that, but
yeah, it's not. It's nowhere near as I mean, the break is nowhere near as an advantage as like having the throw in darts or the serve in tennis, because, like you say, there are so many factors that are out of your hands. So you've got to make a ball, you've got to be on a ball. So
correct. There's not a lot you can do. I don't know about the cloths they play. I mean, Lee Kendall's done fantastic with the cloths and everything here. The tables are unbelievable. So, I mean, I don't know what sort of tables they play consistent. Obviously, when we go over to there and stuff, the tables we play on there, they have in good condition. But I don't want to hold with like the local pub tables or local league tables or the standard that they're used to. So they could possibly get caught out by a couple of shots on the speed or whatever.
It's a bit like obviously the tables they use in Australia. They're different, aren't they?
Tight bags,
again, so and the costs tend to be quite a lot slower than what we would play on over here as well.
Yeah.
So.
Well, these are definitely the quickest table I've played. Even when we go to the European Championships or the World Championships, I mean, these are still a lot quicker than them.
Yeah. Oh, it's just hung.
Again, he'll be disappointed with that. I think Omar is another chance to get a frame on the board early. He's still not bad. He's still got a lot of work to do, Ryan. But again, it's a shot he probably didn't expect.
So just while Ryan's just looking at the lay of the land, I'm just gonna. We've still got a couple of opening round matches going on in the arena, 15 table arena. Ryan Clark is 9-6 up on Bash Maqsood, so he's only 2 away from getting to the next round. And a player Dave mentioned a minute ago, John McAllister, is now he's pulled one back against Simon Fitzsimmons, so he's 9-7 down. So both Simon and Ryan are just 2 away from getting into the next round. There is, like I say, this 8 o'clock session is a winners section, and we also do have another session at 10:30. That's winners section as well. So we will have one more match after this match. If you want to tune in for a little bit of late night viewing.
There's some good games still to come. Definitely.
Yeah. It's an embarrassment of riches, isn't it? The amount of it's just quality all over the room.
Yeah. Well, yeah, every game. If you look at basically every table, there's a class act on there, if not 2. So
yeah, there's stories everywhere.
He's left the yellow here, so another chance for Omar to get in the game.
Yeah, that was a bit careless from Ryan.
Yeah, I'm guessing the red goes, but he would have liked to be a bit better queuing than on the cushion here. He's going to have to force it through, which could put the red in front of the yellow.
Yeah, this is... And because he's so close to the cushion, he's perhaps a little bit limited with sort of jacking up. And
definitely. I think he's obviously topping into the gap between the red and the yellow, but then you may push the red just in front of the yellow so it doesn't pop. So
he needs a few things to go right here, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if he's going to try and jack up possibly and just try and stun into the black and guarantee a shot on the yellow, possibly. But forcing this through, I think he needs a bit of luck here.
Yeah, he's
got the bit of luck, but not as...
He's come up smelling the roses there.
Wow. This will calm him down a little bit, I'm guessing.
And he literally doesn't have to do anything here, just drop it in, just a little bit forward and got a straight black.
Yeah, he's not too bad, was he?
Yeah, that was a nice gift. Not sure Ryan will see it that way, but...
No, he'll be a bit devastated by that. But again, he's missed a couple so far and he's had a fluke, so this black's not going to be...
Yeah, he's...
You just want to get this gone 2-1 and crack on with the next frame.
Just want to get this away. Yeah, he's safely deposited.
Yeah,
so
that'll make him feel a lot better.
Yeah. So the man from Morocco gets on the scoreboard. So we'll just very quickly go around the room. Like I say, these are sort of second round matches, as it were. So Zach Shepherd's 1-0 up on Richard Toomey. Ronan McCarthy 2-1 up on Drew Hughes. Eddie Barker is just shading against Craig Lakin at the minute, 3-2 up. Tom Cousins is now 2-1 up on George Turney, so it could be a massive shock there if Tom wins. Adam Davis is 2-0 with Ben Rowland. Jack Whelan is 4-1 up on Sam Mills. Richard King 4-2 up on Rob Warm.
That's a game I think Richard King could win.
Yeah.
Rob's played a money match yesterday, didn't he, before the event started and got beaten.
And then he was the first person through this morning, wasn't he?
I think it was a bit weird playing a money match before an event like this, because if obviously you lost and you're just setting yourself on a downer, really, like before you've even hit a ball. It's a bit strange. I mean, if you win it, it can work the other way 100%.
You've buzzing, your free weekend. I think, I'm not sure, but Paul Riley was 7-2 down to Brian Halcrow, so
I think Brian
he
beat
lost,
him.
so
Brian beat him.
So it's flipped around that. Jimmy Croxton is 3-1 up on Andrew McKee. Craig Batten's made a very fast start against Neil Rennie's 5-0 up.
Wow.
Gary Clark is shading Scott Gillespie at the minute, 3 frames to 2. And John Chapman has taken an early advantage against Clint Jansen, 4-3. So
wow.
Yes, that's how you break.
Yeah, I need to ask him how he does that, I think. The break, that was Omar's break, wasn't it, I think?
Terrific, yeah. Do you, I see Omar there's using a break cue. Do you use a break cue, Dave?
I've just started, funny you mention it. Yeah, good timing for that. Last event, I worked out, I mean, I lost fair and square, but I worked out I had 17 breaks, all the frames I played, and I dry broke 15 times.
Oh, really?
So I decided it can't be me, can't be the table, it's got to be me. As a sharp rack, obviously, they split every time.
Yeah,
it was just
they explode, don't they?
So I just decided to bring one this event, so touch wood, it's done okay so far.
Yeah.
I've potted off more than I have the last event, so I'll take it. So, yeah.
Brilliant.
But yeah, I think it depends what cue you use, I think. It does help. With the cue I use, you worry about damaging the tip or the ferrule and after a while, so you kind of, mentally, you kind of take a bit off the break, don't you, without realising it, or maybe not give it your all, whereas if you've got, not a rack cue for argument's sake, but a break cue that you don't mind literally giving it a bit more, especially with this sharp rack as well. I mean, they split everywhere, so giving it a little bit more, as you've just seen, you can easily pop 3 or 4 balls. And
I think you're bang on the money there. I think one of the selling aspects of it as well is obviously it does kind of maintain your normal playing cue. I mean, I come from a snooker background, so I use a big heavy snooker cue anyway, so I feel I'm okay with that.
Yeah, it's thicker at the top.
But I can definitely see why people do use breaking cues.
Yeah. No, I'm looking at it now, and it's probably a good move. I'm not saying it's ever going to make or break anything, but I think if you can just give it a bit without worrying it, it could give you that extra couple of % more. And at the top level, a couple of % is massive, isn't it?
Yep.
If you're getting first choice on first dabs on the colour or set of balls every time, it's massive against the top dogs. So,
and it goes one way or the other. You get players who don't want to experiment with things. They'll play with the same cue of their life, the same type of tip, everything like that. And then you others,
definitely.
I know people change their tip every other week or change a cue every 6 months. They're trying to find some sort of a formula where actually it might be the player behind the cue. But I think you do
try and buy a new arm from Morrison's or something.
Yeah, you'll never know unless you actually do try certain things. So. Oh, he's tried. Ryan's tried to play with a lot of side to open it up,
and it's a big mistake now. There's a chance for Omar to level up.
Yeah, I think the yellow in the bottom pocket might pass the red.
I think they're both. Yeah, I think. Well, I'm not sure about our angle, but it looks tight.
Yeah.
If it does go, I'm not sure it does because I think you'd be playing it first if it does, wouldn't you?
Yeah, he's Oh, he's gone in off there, isn't he?
No.
Yeah, I can see. You can see it just tracking towards the black, and it opened.
It's a poor shot, really. I don't know really what he was thinking there. There was no, even if he misses the black, he's kind of in no man's land on the side rail.
Do you think that's just the table different?
I think it's been a bit of pressure, to be honest with you. Yeah. He's usually a lot more solid than this, and of good standard. So he hasn't had the best of starts yet. The frame he won, he obviously fluked. So
I'm sure that there's people back in sort of Morocco watching this, and his friends and everything. So on the stream, it is a bit more nervy because you do have a lot more eyes watching you.
And it's hard for these people to come over. I mean, they're class players, but when you're travelling so far and you're kind of like you're putting pressure on yourself because you're spending a lot of money to go in the event, to travel to the event, and you come here and you're thinking, right, I need to win some money or get to the money stage to make it worthwhile. And
there's
a lot of people,
big commitment there.
Yeah, a lot of people don't. I mean, there's I don't know. There's probably 60 people in this event that's play this game on a daily basis. They're lucky enough to have sponsorships. They don't work. Yeah. They live on the table. They can practice every day. Yeah. I myself was one of them about 10 years ago. I managed a pool club in Derby, the Corn Exchange, which was a fantastic pool club and still is. Absolute beautiful place. But when you could play every day and against people like Craig Lakin, Jack Whelan, Clint Jansen,
there's always going to be someone there to give you a really good
it's
game.
Massive. When you go on the table to these events, you don't feel rusty anymore. Like everything becomes natural.
Yeah.
But if you can't, and you've got to manage a job or a family and stuff like that, all of a sudden you may be playing well, but it's still not natural. You still feel a bit rusty, even if you're playing well. The shots that you usually get down and just bang in 9 times out of 10 become a 6 out of 10.
Yeah.
And in an event like this, you get found out eventually. So I think it's hard for these. I mean, I don't know if Ryan or Omar do work or whether they just do this professionally in a funny sort of sense. But it's fair play to him. And again, he looks very comfortable, Ryan, doesn't he, at the moment? He's missed a ball, but...
Yeah, it's a good performance so far, and at the end of the day, it's about getting through, isn't it? And I mean, it's about keeping your both lives active, as long as you can.
Definitely, because it just puts you in at a later stage on the loser's side, which means you haven't got to play all day. Yeah. What about you? What do you think? Do you think it helps players playing obviously 24/7, or do you think it's a mental thing that you can work and put a couple of hours in a week and still manage to?
It's interesting
be
because
of a good standard.
You've talked about sort of pressure there. So, I personally think, I mean, yeah, obviously if you're playing it all day and it's your job or whatever, profession, anything like that, obviously you can naturally get better at it. But when you come to events like this, there might be more pressure on you. Yeah. So I mean, it could work the other way, that if you're financially secure, or if you've got a job and money's not so much of an issue, you come to these events, you might relax a bit more. There might be more pressure on the player who, this is their job, they need to sort of cash.
Yeah, 100%.
Else they're going away. They obviously have a lot more time to hone their skills, and but there's pressure on them when they come to this event because
if a sponsor pulls the plug or something.
Yeah, exactly. So. I know a few sort of players who have been in similar position, this and snooker, and I've sort of not given them advice as such, but suggested, well, you need to take a bit of pressure off yourself. Why don't you go and do this? You need sort of like another sort of another out sort of thing. You need to be, if you're doing this all the time, and this game can do your head in, can't it? I mean, it's such a mental game.
That's what I mean as well. It's mentally makes a big difference, because it's okay if you can put 4 or 5 hours in a day. But mentally, you've got to be able to learn from that and not become bored or complacent and still stay mentally strong, as if to say, right, okay, I'm going to keep playing and I'm going to keep clearing up or keep making centuries or keep doing lineups. Or it's people sometimes just haven't got the mentality to do that. And then that's the difference between your Mick Hills and your other players that play every day but still not achieve that.
Yeah.
But there we go. Back to the game. It's another monster break from Ryan. Breaking like a dream, isn't he?
Yeah, really impressed with his break. And you can see he's sort of naturally good cueist as well. He's got a very steady technique.
He's definitely come through the ranks over the last couple of years with, let's say, the under-23s. I think they won the under-23 world title. And obviously made the jump to the men's, and he's definitely held his own. And then obviously coming over to here, he's clearly has belief in his own ability.
Fancies his chances, and it's great. It's great for the series. It's great for the sport. Like I say, to actually see an international field come to this. I know the last event we had, I forgot the Australian competitor, but
we had
Jake McCartney.
Jake McCartney was phenomenal. We had the French as well, didn't we?
French,
and we still Yannick today.
It's brilliant to see.
Yeah, well, when you think they're travelling so far and doing so much, it's phenomenal, really.
Obviously, players
because you forget how much money they put into the game, really. I mean, coming over from Australia, you're thinking, wow, like...
Yeah. The commitment the Australian teams make every year, going to Blackpool and things like that,
exactly.
And obviously, the teams as well. It's fantastic.
Must be gutted for them, isn't it? Travel away from Australia to go to Blackpool for 2 weeks and pay a fortune.
It was right the last 2 weeks they came, wasn't it?
It was a road, but
most years.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. But no, fair play. Because in theory, like, you're thinking, even if they do well, I mean, these events are a bit different because the prize money is fantastic, but the other events they come to and the tours, like, they're not really making money even if they win. Like, it's more of they're coming over for the experience, aren't they? It's another fantastic show. They've controlled that well.
Yeah, he's judged that. That's how he won that.
They're coming over for the experience, aren't they? Because I mean, if they win a tour, they're picking up, what, 2,000-3,000.
Yep.
But when you think of the flights, accommodation, and spending money, it's
work. And,
you're looking at that sort of money. So they're breaking even if they win, and that's without if they go out for a drink after they win or celebrate or anything like that. Whereas for these events, you can see why. Because Jake McCartney's a fantastic player, and a lot of players from France, or like you say, all over the world. There's class players everywhere now. It's a growing sport, and with Lee bringing obviously both sets of rules together as well, it's phenomenal to see that players of past and present and everything here now.
It's it's very it's warming. It's really good. And like you say, because the prize money is so good, these players can think, well, hang on, if I do commit to this, I could make some money from this. So you're going to entice the players from abroad to this. So fantastic. So.
I'll just leave you for a second.
Yeah,
I'll be
sure.
back.
Thanks, Dave.
Leave you with the scores, and I'll be back shortly.
So we'll just quickly have a recap of what's going on around the arena. So Zach Shepherd's taking a 2-0 lead against Richard Toomey. Ronan McCarthy's 3-1 up on Drew Hughes. Eddie Barker and Clay Lakin locked at four frames all. Tom Cousins is now, after losing the opening frame, he's now 4-1 up against Tom Cousins. Against George Turney. Adam Davis is 3-0 with Ben Rowland. Jack Whelan has opened a 5-2 advantage against Sam Mills. Richie King 5-3 up on Rob Warm. Greg Batten's finally lost a frame, but he's still 7-1 up. So Greg is he's motoring his way through. He might be the first player through to the next winners round. Scott Gillespie and Gary Clark are 3 frames apiece. Max Nozko 4-3 up on Craig Brown. Lee Clough has won the opener against David McQuillan. And Clint Ironson's turned it around. He's now 5-4 up on John Chapman. We've still got 2 more games from the opening round still in action next door. Ryan Clark is on the hill against Bash Maksud. He's 10-7 up. John McAllister has won 3 frames now. And obviously John, we know that he's in sort of great form at the minute. He's playing Simon Fitzsimmons, who himself is in very decent nick. John was 9-6 down on that match, but he's won the last 3. Now it's 9 frames all. So that's that could be going to the wire. So anyway, back to the main table, and Omar is almost back on the cloth. I feel this is a important frame for him, really. 5-1 down. His opponent's nearly halfway there then, and Ryan's looked very very steady, very assured. He's he's looking very good. So as I say, we do have one more session after this match. So I'm not quite sure who's going to be on the stream at 10:30, but that will be the next match after this game between Ryan and Omar. like I say, if you do have any questions or not sure about anything or about the rules, about the format, the tournament, anything like that, just, we're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. You can contact us. Obviously, there's a number of platforms where you can sort of access the action. This weekend, we're on Facebook through the Beard Productions page. We're also live on the Players Pool events page. If you're not already a member of that, by all means go over to Facebook and like us. The Beard Productions YouTube channel has got 4 tables streamed at the same time, so if you want to go over YouTube and have a look at the other games, I think Tom and George are on one of the stream tables, so you're more than welcome to do that as well. So while I've been talking, Omar has sort of picked the balls off here. He still kind of had this cluster down at the bottom of the table that could be a bit of an issue. He's going to have to play a good shot to sort of unravel that.
I think the one goes to the bottom right by the looks of it, so he's going to take it on pop it. Again, I'd be moving the triangle here. You won't want to be playing across it.
Yeah, have you been told anything as players that it's got to be removed straight away? Or
I'll leave it. I'll try and move it as quick as I can, really. But I've seen players leave it, and
so I'm guessing it's the players' prerogative if they want to move it then or not.
Yeah, I can't see why. The thing I was told at I think the last event something happened in a frame. I think it was Carl Sutton versus Craig Waddenham, and I think Waddenham played over a ball, played a part. It moved the shark rack playing across it, which then in turn moved the black now, for argument's sake.
Yes.
And it was a foul.
Right. Okay.
So I'm guessing try and move it as quick as possible, really.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're just asking for trouble.
I know in the like the 9-ball world, sometimes they don't move all the rack. They'll just, but then again they're playing with heavier balls and a bigger, surface area.
Definitely.
So it's less likely to make an impact. But he's playing this with a lot of side.
Yeah, it's going to be tricky. Goes in the middle, it's a good shot, but from here we can't tell, sorry to say.
Nah, surely that doesn't go in the middle.
Looks very tight.
Oh, it might, possibly. Possibly.
Possibly a double, I think. It still looks very tight from there. I don't think it does.
No, that doesn't go, so you have to play cross sort of double here.
Yeah. Again, he's dug a hole for himself, really. Playing that shot, he was never going to have a shot on that, was he? Well, it could have been better on the double, I suppose, if going well.
I can't see the white sort of coming down the table like there. He's always going to... Well, he's potted it, so that's what I said. I mean, I couldn't see the white coming back down because he was going into yellows there.
Yeah. To be fair, he didn't even try to avoid the yellows, did he? Really concentrated wholeheartedly on the double, but... Like you said, it was always going to be running straight into the yellow, which was even if he gets it, he's going to be leaving a terrible, terrible thin cut on the black.
Yeah, it was. So he's really in a world of hurt here.
Yeah, it's a really good snooker as well, to be honest.
Yeah. You'd like to lay that on your opponent.
Definitely.
You, yourself.
Can't get to the side rail, I don't think, with the Rio in the way, the pockets in the way. Just past the middle bag with loads of deep screw, possibly to check it up.
Yeah.
So possibly,
yeah. He's needed to get a lot more into that, hasn't he? But So on the basis of what we've seen from Ryan before, I mean, I should imagine with his free shot, he would take the yellow from the side right-hand cushion, maybe ask for the white to be moved.
Definitely.
Just push that off the cushion, maybe put it over the bag, and everything's in the open. And you think what we've seen from Ryan so far, you shouldn't think there'd be too many problems.
No, definitely not. He's got the one by the middle to play on these bottom two down here, so there's no real issues there as long as he lands the right side.
Yeah, he's got...
so just clipping this down the bottom rail, probably bottom right-hand corner as we look at it. And if he gets the bag, it'll be absolutely perfect. So then he's played it perfectly. So
yeah.
Again, he looks very comfortable. He doesn't look out of place here, does he?
Yeah, I'm impressed.
Adapted to the pace of the table as well. He played a couple of very good positional shots, hasn't he? So no, it's just about, again, just making sure you land the right side, isn't it? And then it should be okay with it again.
Yeah.
Played it possibly okay, but with the ball over the bag down here, he's going to have another chance to come round and land in the middle of the three if he needs to.
He's going to swing around and he try and get as close as
if he's a bit too straight, he can just top this a bit and then take the one over the bag. Confident shot.
Yeah.
Again, it's a bit risky, really. Didn't need to do that if it bounces out the middle or doesn't cue it right, because he'd have been playing this same shot now, I think, anyway, clipping this in and coming round off two. So he could have done that from back there without any risk. Oh, he's very confident he's going to take this one. Yeah, no. I mean, he didn't really need to get that close to it to play the same shot. It's really strange. But
just wonder if he might just nudge into the black here. The bottom red might just hold it. I mean, you don't really want to go in the balls, but he's just...
He's going the right way about everything, and he's playing it confidently. Very confidently.
Yeah, he's. I think he's only really played one poor shot, and that was when he left the frame that Omar won. He flicked the ball. He didn't get the snooker, and he left the ball. That's
he left the ball
the only shot that he's kind of dogged a little bit. So
yeah, 100%. It's been a very good start. He's kept it going. Omar had a bit of a ropey one, didn't he? I think it was second frame or third frame, and he's kind of not recovered from that yet. He's had a couple of opportunities, but he keeps breaking down late on, and Ryan's not missing much. So
no, so Ryan is nearly halfway there. He's 5-1 up. So we just go back to the scores in the other arena. Simon Fitzsimmons is now on the hill, so he stopped the rot against John McAllister, so he's 10-9 up. Bash Maksud is keeping in touch with Ryan Clark. He's now only 10-8 behind. Like I say, they're our last remaining round 1 matches. All the remainings of all the other ones are winners round 1 games. Just sort of scanning through them. Craig Lakin's now back in front against Eddie Barker, 5-4. Tom Cousins is not wasting much time against the real number 1. He's 6-2 up on George Tierney.
6-2, wow, that's quick.
Yeah, he's.
I think the last check was 1-1, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, he's not wasting any time. Neither is Greg Batten. Greg Batten's 9-1 up. So.
Wow, he's playing very well at the moment, Greg, as well.
Yeah.
I've seen him playing his first match and he didn't miss much at all.
Yeah,
he played very well.
I know Greg very well from being sort of the West Country, and he obviously used to play snooker. I used to play snooker, so I know Greg pretty well. Jimmy Croxton's 4-3 up on Andrew McKee. I think Jimmy beat Shane Thompson earlier, didn't he? I think that was a really good.
Played well as well, didn't he? Again, another player. That's what I mean. Even these players I spoke about of not really winning a tournament, as in they're class players, but they're not in that top bracket that everyone always comments on, and so and so is going to be always thereabouts and so forth. But these are the players that no one really mentions, but are still class acts. You've got people like obviously Jimmy, Neil Raybone, players like that.
There's so many, isn't there?
Yeah, and that's the thing. They're just class acts, and
I think it's evidence of. At the end of the day, the top players will win regardless of what the rule sets. You've got to play well.
Definitely.
And, you saw last year, I mean, the Players' Championship last year was played under a different structure. You didn't have certain players allowed in it, but I think it was the first time Rob Warner had ever played blackball, and he ended up winning it. I mean, the first 2 events this year, Liam Dunster, well, obviously, besides Phil Harrison, I mean, the first event was Liam Dunster v Scott Gillespie, and all they play is blackball,
100%.
but they've got to a final World Rules event. So if you're an actually good player, the rules won't matter. You'll find a way.
I think. I mean, the World Rules blackball argument's a bit pathetic, really, in the long run. It's just boring now.
Yeah.
But I do believe that people think that the blackball player is going to win this event and stuff like that. I do believe that obviously it's an open field anyway. But I think that you've got to give a World Rules player a bit of an edge. It gives them a bit more free reign. Like in World Rules, well, obviously we can't play skill shots and things like that, so we're a bit more subdued. We don't play them kamikaze, just go into a cluster of balls sort of shot.
Yeah.
Whereas now we can.
Yeah.
So I do believe that obviously people like Mick and Cousins and players like that with a little bit of free reign, they could be very dangerous. And I believe, I don't know, just letting your arm go a little bit more could be more deadly for them than people realise.
It's going to be really intriguing to see who wins it, because you deserve it if you get through this field and you get to the final.
It doesn't matter what rules you play. If you get there, you get there, and you deserve, like you say, you deserve all credit. And see John McAllister and Simon Fitzsimmons, 10-10.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that's one of our stream tables or not, but they are on. It's a Hill game, so.
Interesting.
I think with Omar, what we've seen so far, that might not be too bad actually. Where it's ended up
landed perfect.
Because I think the yellow next to the red goes in the middle.
Yeah,
possibly, or at the corner.
You can even go into it, can't you? If you hit it full in the face, you'll be unlucky not to be on it into the middle, or even developing it. You're going to be on the other yellow anyway.
Yeah.
So be tempted, probably not too hard. Just top this on and off, bit of top right hand side. Just try and hit it full in the face if you can, because you'll nudge your reds to the bottom rail. Played the shot you fancy. He's going to play it last.
Yeah, he sort of. It'd be interesting to see if he plays it again like that.
Yeah.
He sort of dips
Possibly
when he cues.
Yeah, it might take it to the bottom right as we look. We've just stun it in and then just take the long one.
I must admit, I preferred your shot because I don't think much could have gone wrong if you hit it sort of full ball.
Yeah,
you open it completely up. And
and you're guaranteed to be on a shot. I think where he's landed here, he's got to just stun this in really and take it to long.
Yeah, you're only leaving yourself one option here.
Yeah, I don't think he didn't have the angle to drop it and screw back to the middle. So now, again, he doesn't really want to have a big shot of 5-1 down, really.
At least with this shot, everything's in his line of sight. You know, you can see the ball, and it's a little cut back, but into the bottom pocket.
Yeah, you can play at a pace as well to just take a little bit of a negativity off it. Like you say, when he was jumping up or lifting his cue, he can just get through the cue here, kind of get through the ball and just stun on off the rail.
A little bit of movement there.
Yeah, see the cue move over, but
again,
hit it a little bit hard to stun it in. It's not too bad.
So just got to hold himself together for the black, and Omar will get his second frame on the board.
He still doesn't look comfortable there, does he?
No. Yep, well done, Omar. Yeah,
and we're keeping Ryan up by the looks of it. Jet lagged. No.
Yeah, could be. It's obviously there's not many people that use a cueing glove, but obviously Omar is using one. I wonder if that's because of obviously what he might naturally play in, sort of like hotter conditions, you know, where he lives. So
definitely. When we went over to Morocco, I think it was playing in 35, 40 degree heat.
Wow.
But it's a lot different. Again, I know they say that on it's a lot different from the heat over here. It's not as muggy and sticky and horrible. I mean, for us here, it's warm. So for them, it's probably nice and cool.
Yeah, it's like winter to them.
See Ben Rowland's 5-3 up against Adam Davis.
Yeah.
After Adam beat Rob Chilton, didn't he, in the first round? So.
Yeah, that was another sort of blockbusting round one game.
Yeah, there was loads of them this event.
Yeah, there was a fair few. It was certainly a difficult decision. Obviously, it was done on Facebook, wasn't it? Who the people got to vote who they wanted on the main tables.
Yeah.
So I guess that way the fans get what they want.
I think it's a good idea. I think people sometimes don't even tune into pool; they'll just check the results and stuff. So if someone wants to watch something and they vote it in, I think it's. The more viewers you get, the better for the game, isn't it? So.
And the luxury about this is that we've got 4 tables being streamed, and fantastically, it's not just like a little mobile phone camera in a corner. We've got, there's a professional setup here with, 4 tables. So, if you don't want to watch this game, there are other games that you can watch. I know Tom Cousins and George Tierney is on, I think, our second stream table. Incidentally, Tom's now 7-2 up against George, so George has got quite a bit of work to do if he is going to come back for that.
Yeah, he's going to uphill struggle there. Even with the fans in his corner, he's going to find that hard. Omar now seems maybe these 2 frames got him settled. I think this is the thing with black ball rules. I think people end up chasing finishes a bit more, and I think that's one of the rules. I mean, world rules, even if you chase a finish, if you break down 2 or 3 balls to go, you can cover a bag and you've still got a bit of control on the tape.
Yeah, you're kind of all in a little bit, aren't you, sometimes?
Yeah,
black ball. If you are going to go for the finish, you've got to get it, really.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think I'm not convinced with that either. He's left 2 dodgy balls and cover the bag where it's easy to get the reds out anyway, so it's it'd be more productive possibly moving the 2 balls down here or disrupting them and leaving a safe white.
Yeah, I agree.
Putting pressure on Ryan and saying, well, okay, mate, my balls go now. You need to get 2 or 3 balls out in the open or stop me winning. But now you're allowing a chance for Ryan to get his balls out. But we shall see. Eagerly awaiting the end of the McAllister and Fitzsimmons game.
Just looking at, it's still it's 10-all, so.
And Richard King's still got his lead against Rob Warren.
Yeah.
6-4.
Yeah, maintained a 2-frame advantage.
Definitely interesting.
I think Lee Clough and Dave McQuillan will be, I'm not going to say slow, but it'll be that'll be a fairly measured match.
That'll probably be on the clock soon.
So but, well, you can't, Lee Clough is, he's absolute quality, isn't he? And obviously we know Dave can play the game as well. So, two fantastic players, and I think that's what makes, our sport fantastic. Everybody plays the game so differently, and
I have to agree with you there. Everyone's got their own style. I mean, people were negative towards Liam Dunster, aren't they? But at the end of the day, whatever way you look at it, the guy's a class act.
Yeah, exactly. His results speak for himself this year.
See, this is the shot I believe he should have played before, and just nudged the white to the bottom round.
Yeah.
And instead, he's wasted a ball and give Ryan a chance to get a ball out for no reason, really.
There was more value in playing that.
Yeah, I mean,
he's left a bit of nothing shot.
Yeah, it was basically saying, okay, we'll get your ball out, which, again, now he's left him the ball in the middle, so, again, not a great white. But he's giving Ryan a chance to do some damage here. If he gets the top corner bag, if it pots, he's got a chance at the finish. If he gets the bag, then he's in massive control.
I think he's just getting in behind it.
Yeah, no, he's not got it completely.
No, I think, especially with the table being fairly slippy, I think that's potable.
He might choose to just play it down to this bottom right here, because if he gets a bottom bag, he's a big favourite.
I still think there's someone who plays sort of both rule sets. I still think there is room for sort of tactical play in black ball. Obviously, if you cover a bag,
fantastic shot.
Yeah, that's best. I mean, obviously, black ball. If you cover a bag, you're probably not in the strongest position as you would be, say, if you're playing world rules.
Yeah,
but I still think there is a tactical element.
Yeah,
to it. I'll say a big hello to talking about sort of the rich heritage of sort of Maltese cue sport. We've got Tony Drago in the chat box.
Wow.
Presumably cheering on Ryan.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tony, for tuning in. That means a lot. Hopefully, see you back playing snooker. I think on the seniors tour this year in Ireland. I'm going to be over in Ireland for that, so I'll see you over there, Tony.
And this was my point about doing yourself damage. Like Chase potted 3 or 4 balls there just to try and get a skill shot.
Yeah,
and he's left himself literally in absolute turmoil.
Yeah.
This is a big frame, really. I think was it 5-2? I think
5-2. Yeah,
so
5-2.
I mean 6-2. It's a big lead, or 5-3, and Omar's right back in the match. So it's might not seem it, and there's still a long way to go. But a 4-frame lead is very big at this level. We should also still John McAllister and Simon must be fudging here in the last game.
So Omar's just played a containing shot there.
It's a nice shot as well. Leave him shiny, leave him hampered. Someone's won.
Yeah, that's come off our results screen, so somebody has booked their place into the next round.
Just have a look. And it's not on the screen, so I can't help you there.
Because Clint Jansen has turned things around against John Chapman. He was 4-3 down to John. He's now 9-4 up, so he's won 6 on the spin. Yeah, that's a nice shot there from Omar.
Greg Batten's just 11-2, and he's having an early night now.
Yeah, well that's ideal, isn't it? You're through to you're halfway through to
Yeah, have a bite to eat and have an early night.
Yeah.
But thought we'd be playing later than this.
Yeah, early bath in a good way.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's a good shot from Omar. He's judged that pretty well.
And these ones can be tricky just in the jaws.
Yeah, he's
don't think the black goes from there into the middle. So he's either going to have to play it long or come all the way across and play it in the opposite middle. Which he's played it well. He's caught it well. So, and again, a big frame there to nick for Omar if he can get this. And
well done, Omar. Yeah, took that out, and yeah, I think Omar showed his tactical sort of skill there. His skills there. I think he controlled the frame pretty well.
Yeah, that shot down the rail to get the bag was the dagger in the heart. Got him forced Ryan into trying to make something from it, and ended up doing damage himself.
Okay, so just looking back at the Eddie Barker has actually opened up an advantage against Craig Lakin. Craig was, I think, 5-4 up. Eddie's now 7-5 up. So
there's a little bit of a shock building there with Gary Clark beating Scott Gillespie 7-3.
Yeah.
I don't really know much about Gary Clark, to be honest with you. So
I know he plays on the IPA tour. I know he's a very accomplished player from Northern Ireland. So
yeah. And then we still have, well, Ben Rowland's 6-3 up against Adam Davis as well.
So
that's another one. There's been a lot of, not shock results, probably it's the wrong word for it because obviously everyone's so good, but there's been a lot of upsets in the bookie market, should we say.
Yeah.
The prices Jed are putting up of 1 to 4s and 1 to 6s.
Yeah, I think he's had a good Friday, I think, so far.
Yeah, I think they'll do well to find someone that's won a ACCA so far with the upsets.
So a thumping break there from Ryan.
He needs to start taking a bit of advantage of this now. I think he's had a nice break every single time, hasn't he? But at the beginning he was taking advantage of it and looking composed, and all of a sudden now he's 5-3 and
I think
he has to stop the rot, really.
The red furthest down the table, I think he's got access to that. I think he can pot that. So I mean the natural progression would be that the red down the railway to get onto that. So that could be his
to the awkward one.
Yeah, that might be his last. Could be his last ball actually, but.
Potted it, but
it's not ideal.
And horrible. For me, another strange shot. Naturally running into it. I don't know why he didn't hit it a little bit harder and make the full kiss on the red.
Yeah, if he thought it was going near there, then.
Yeah, I think the natural angle was taking it there. So now even if he makes this pot, he's not going to be ideal on his next ball either here. So, and I don't think no one likes the Chinese. Wow, it's cued it well. Clearly don't like them shots, so quickly rushed it.
Just
hates it, but done the job. All of a sudden it's looking a bit more of a level game, isn't it now?
Yeah.
Oh, I played pretty generous that one, wasn't it?
Yeah, it did. The last game, with the two Welsh lads, Ben Davies and Jordan Shepherd, there was a ball that went in. Wow, he's no holding back there.
This is the black ball coming out, I think.
There was no holding back there.
Again, that's it. I mean, a shot like that you can't play at World Rules. I mean, you can, but you're literally just damaging yourself, aren't you?
It's not a worry where the yellow goes because you can pot it, and it's
not. But obviously in World Rules, if you're 2-shot carry and you pot a yellow, it's game over. You've lost.
Yeah.
It's but he may be on this. I think he doesn't look that disappointed, so I think he can make the pot. Plain ball, no.
No, I couldn't get to the potting angle, so just trying to contain it a little bit.
Eddie Barker still leading 7-5 against Craig Lakin.
Yep.
Tom Cousins 9-2 now against the real number one.
Yeah, I don't think there's any way back for.
No, you're up against it, aren't you? Jimmy Croxton 5-5 with Andrew Mackie. And Clint Ironson's on the hill against John Chatnam after being, I think it was 4-3 down, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Clint
he was.
At one point.
He went 9-4 up. He won 1-6 on the spin at least.
And Jack's playing some very solid pull after his long rest in Dubai. He thought not playing's helped. I think having the breaks helped, I think, when you can just chill out and put your feet up and talk to the camels for a little bit. You're right.
Had a good win against Carl Sutton earlier.
Yeah, I mean, Jack's a class player, so is Carl. It's literally the run of the balls, I think, when players like that match have come together. And Adam Davis still 6-3 down against Ben. Another one that would go down as a so-called upset. I mean, especially after Adam having such a good win against Rob Chilton. That was such a good standard match. It was dish after dish after dish. So, let's see. And Neil Raybone's just gone on as well against Gareth Higgins. So.
I think that's naturally how sort of Omar plays. He sort of lifts his.
Yeah.
It's not something you would possibly coach people to do, or textbook would tell you to play it, but obviously it works for him.
Well, he looks a lot more solid now, doesn't he? And Ryan looks the more immature, if you want to put it that way.
Yeah, now he's got a bit between his teeth.
It's helping with the mistakes. Like Ryan possibly could be a couple more up here, couldn't he? Could easily be 7-1 up, to be honest. But
yeah,
you don't take your chances, you're going to get punished. And he's looking more and more solid now. He's cueing the ball a bit better.
Well, he's all right. But that was certainly a few more revolutions than what he wanted.
Yeah, a bit of an adrenaline rush there.
But he's perfect. So 5-4 should be coming up, and would be his third frame on the spins. Like I say, the complexion of the match has completely changed.
Yeah, Ryan just seems to be chasing a little bit again. So
yeah, well, we saw earlier when the balls were there, he was taking them, but I think there's been a couple of frames where he's had to maybe play a certain type of shot.
Definitely, I think Omar's done what we were saying. He's kind of like covered the bag and said, well, go on then, mate, do your own damage. If you get them, fair play. If you don't, I'm going to just pick you apart when you break down 2 balls out, sort of thing. And we shall see. Mr. Cousins on the hill.
Yeah, Tom Cousins is now 10-2 up against George Tierney. Craig Lakin's pulled one back against Eddie Barker, so now Craig trails 7-6. Just seeing if there's any other sort of updates. Richard King's 7-5 up on Rob Warren. Jimmy Croxton's 5-all with Andrew McKee.
Some very close games, isn't there, still?
Yeah, there's David McQuillan's 2-1 up against Lee Clough. And
Max Nosko against Craig Brown, 5-5.
Yeah.
So
that would be quite an entertaining match to watch as well, Craig and Max sort of.
Yeah, Max a very good player to watch. I don't really know a lot about Craig. He's a good player, I know that, but I don't really know a lot about him.
I haven't really knew about him until sort of this year, but a couple of times I've seen Craig. He's a very sort of confident player.
Yeah, he's definitely a good player.
So that Lee Clough's just equalised against Dave McQuillan, so that's 2 frames all.
Yeah, that'll be the long game, I think.
There's mileage in that, I think.
Definitely. I think they've just had a little bit of a toilet break, I think.
Yeah, so. I think Ryan's just gone off for a comfort break.
Frame, what's a break? Trading 5 frames to 4. Time running.
Okay, so it was Omar's break. Hit him fairly well, but nothing's gone down, and sort of all the balls, most of the balls are sort of congregated in. It's like a middle corridor there, so.
Yeah, he's going to have to keep control of his white ball, which he's not really done over the last couple of frames. So he'll want to get one on the board here, won't he? He won't want to get to 5-all because he really should be.
You're starting again then, aren't you?
He should be 6-3, possibly 7-2 up, shouldn't he, with the chances he's had? So I'd be very disappointed in that. But it's easy watching, isn't it? I don't think we've ever missed a ball watching, have we? I just know Ryan. I know he will be disappointed in the chances he's missed so far. And he'll be looking at 5-4 thinking, well, I'm in front, which is a positive, but should really be a lot more comfortable than this because I think Omar's got the momentum now, hasn't he?
Yeah.
So he's going to need to stop this. And I don't really know which set's nicer here. I think the red's all right, but your opening shot's not the best. And yellow's, your opening shot's all right, but you got 2 near the black, just below the black as we look at it. And you want to get on them early, really.
That's interesting. Just using the red first to play some sort of cat. I'm not.
That's a little bumper. Don't know if that's actually helped him or not. I think he might be able to see the one below the black. I'm not really sure. No, well, it's a very small gap if he's in that.
Yeah.
No,
Well, he can't get to the potting angle, can he?
No. So I mean, there's really no value in doing that again. He's kind of.
Yeah, that was a little bit strange. I kind of preferred. Personally, would have gone reds because I think they all go somewhere. You've got to be a bit precise.
Yeah, I think so.
But the yellows, I think you're probably preciser, if that makes sense.
Yeah, definitely. The 2 by the black here, which he's still obviously not moved, they're going to be his 2 problem balls massively because they both don't go in this middle, and yet to find a path to the opposite middle is going to be hard work. But
and
again, he's lost his white, so he's going to have to pull out a couple of nice pots here, and obviously can pot this, come off 2, and just kind of come into the side angle, but they need a bit of luck. And has he got it? He may be okay here.
He might be, yeah. If he can get to the potting angle, the only issue is he might put the black. He might put the black safe because obviously he's never going to go into the black. But actually, if he was to push the black onto the bolt cushion, it's a big bag down there anyway. So.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Yeah, even if he gets it on the back rail, it's still not the end of the world. As long as you don't leave it on the red, you'd rather overhit it, like you say, than underhit it.
Yeah, so he might be all right here, actually.
Yeah. Well, I think he's okay, to be honest with you. He doesn't really need to do a lot, and he's done too much, really. I don't know why he played that with side. That's kind of drifted it away.
Yeah, you could see it, the cue ball turning.
Yeah,
so.
And now he's going to have to stun this one to miss the in-off. So he's then going to have a long yellow to end with. So he's
yeah, there's a little bit of work to do before he.
I think the bit of his inexperience just showing a little bit with his white ball control a little bit, really. He's a fantastic potter, as we've seen. It's another nice pot.
Yeah, that's good. I think he's all right here, just to sort of swing it around off 2 and get the cue ball into the sort of the centre bit of the table.
It's just when you keep leaving long pot after long pot after long pot, it catches up with you. I think you might be able to pot this plain ball and have the black in the big bag anyway, I think. Don't think.
Oh, yeah. Well, case in point now.
Yeah,
you've proved it there. I mean, sometimes you're asking for trouble.
Yeah, it's okay. Keep pulling them out, but you can't keep pulling them out. It's eventually that white's going to catch up with you. And again, Omar's saying, well, okay, you went for him again and you've broke down, and I'll be looking to punish you again. So. And he looks so much more comfortable now, Omar, just taking the lot. I mean, I know it was a shot to nothing, really, but he's centre bag now, sort of thing.
Yeah.
So. See, Tom Cousins has finally finished the job. The rule number 1 will now join in the losers section.
Yeah. But like we say, you could put a veil over the winners section and the losers section, and you wouldn't, with some of the players in both sections, you wouldn't really know which was which.
100%, yeah. Like you say, Tom's taken full advantage of Declan's error earlier on in the day. And now he sees himself 2 out of 2 and flying high.
Yeah, in a strong position. Jack Whelan's now on the hill against Sam Mills, so he needs one more.
Rawan Wacker's fighting back against Richard the King.
Yeah.
Both 2 entertaining players as well there,
yeah.
so it would be a good game to watch, I think.
Lee Clough's just taken advantage against Dave McQuillan, and Craig Lakin's levered it up against Eddie Barker. So
that'll be a good end to that game, I think.
Yeah, I went. Yeah, I went. I had a little look before I come here, and there was a few people. There usually is a few people watching Craig, isn't there?
Always, yeah,
so
he's a fan
good
favourite.
Entertainment value.
Yeah.
So there was a good few people there as well. And but you know, Eddie's such a seasoned professional himself. You know, that's an intriguing match for me. Cause
definitely.
I think Craig, whether intentionally or not, the way he plays is quite intimidating because he's quick and he's aggressive.
Yeah,
and he kind of bullies people.
Yeah, no nonsense method, isn't it? It's very.
But I'm not sure that will upset Eddie too much.
No, Eddie will just. I mean, he plays in our region at county and stuff, and he's a phenomenal player, and he'll just keep going and keep going, and if you make mistakes against him, you will lose. It's as simple as that. He's so solid, and he can dish amongst as well as the best of them. I mean, he made the World's semi-final this year, didn't he? As well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
only losing to Mick, I think, wasn't he?
Yeah, he ran into a brick wall.
Yeah,
really, didn't he, in the end? But
Mick's unbeatable at the Worlds, I think.
Oh yeah, he's
not many.
You know, 5-time. He's already held the record, and you know, he's extended it. So anyway, whilst I've been blabbering on, Omar's going to draw level. It's going to be his 4th game in a row, and didn't really see that
back in the game
about 25 minutes ago. So
definitely not. Right. Thank you for your time. I've got to go
and
get ready for my game.
Thank you very much for joining.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it's been fantastic, and wish you all the best for the rest of the tournament.
Cheers, mate.
See you soon.
Take care, mate. See you later.
Frame, 5 frames all, line to break, time running.
Okay, so 10 frames are gone. We're at 5 all. Like I say, Omar's done really well to get back in the match. He was 5-1 down, and you know, speaking to Dave before, Ryan was looking really sort of assured and confident. But Omar's done really well to get back into this game, and it's anybody's game now. Got Philip in the chat room asking what was best of. It's first to 11, so best of 21 frames on the winner's side. If the players go on to the loser's side, those matches are first to 8, so best of 15. Because obviously with the loser's side, there are a lot more rounds to get through, so they need to be slightly shorter races. So yeah, the referee then called 10 seconds. Players have 45 seconds a shot. They do get warned at 10, and then I think there's a countdown from 5. So that adds a little bit of bit different dimension, because you know, there's not many times where you might play with sort of like a stop clock. You know, especially in individual competition. Yeah, it's a good shot from Omar. Obviously needs to make sure that he gets a suitable angle on the yellow on the bottom cushion here. I think that's enough for him to work with. I'd like to have maybe been a little bit more so he could just sort of play it naturally. He might need to sort of bang this angle out a little bit. He's not really. No, well, now he's in trouble. Yeah, it was the shot before that caused the problems, really. He didn't leave himself a great angle on it, and as you see there, he's actually tried to go off 2 rails to get there. To make things worse, he is total snookered, although I expect him to hit it, obviously, but it's not about hitting it, it's where it goes afterwards, really. Eddie Barker's just retaken the lead against Craig Lagan, so Craig, I think it was 7-5 down, got to 7-0, but Eddie Barker's reasserted himself in front, so he's 3 away from the next round. Adam Davis has won a couple against Ben Ronan, now he's only 6-5 down. Gary Clark's 8-5 up on Scott Gillespie. That's a Scotland v Northern Ireland clash there. And Craig Brown and Max Nosgo a game, I think 2 really good sort of young players, open attacking players. They're 5 all. So as predicted, Omar has hit the yellow, but he was kind of trusting to luck a little bit where it all landed up, and not really great. I mean, it wasn't really going to end up fantastically for him. Peter in the one of the chat boxes has asked about the time. I believe it's 30 seconds extension, so they get 30 seconds on top of the 45. I will just clarify with that because I wasn't quite sure myself, but I believe it's a 30-second extension onto the 45 that they have. So whilst I've been waffling on, obviously something's happened, and Omar's back again. He's got a chance to perhaps go 6-5 up. I'm not quite sure how this has happened, but wow, what a shot that is. That's a fantastic shot there. Fantastic shot from Omar. Well, that's knowledge, isn't it? That's now. So that's he still had to hit that pretty well for it to go. You know, that's basically sort of turned a corner. That's gone. It's gone straight. So fantastic shot. Well, yeah, we'll get another chance to look at that. So he's really had to hit that thin to get the meat of the red. And yeah, brilliant shot there. That's a highlight reel shot, as we say. So Omar's going to be feeling very happy about things at the minute. Like I say, he was 5-1 down, and Ryan, was firm control. But Omar has showed his class here. He's won 5 in a row. Played some, really good pool. Tactically, he's held the upper hand. Made a couple of really good sort of good shot making, especially with the the last shot.
Leading 6 frames to 5. Time running.
Okay, so it's Omar to break. Can he keep the momentum going? He's found a ball, and the whites managed to stay on the surface. Not ideal. Not ideal. As we were saying with sort of black ball, he has made a ball, but his next shot's not going to be the easiest. So you see there, Omar was asking our referee to remove the Supreme rack, which is, fantastic. It's brilliant item, brilliant piece of equipment that really is sort of, I guess, in many ways, sort of revolutionising the break.
10 seconds.
Wow, that was
Free shot,
got to say that was quite adventurous. I was just talking about his shot selection. That was Omar's having a little chuckle to himself. I'm not sure he's too happy there. So it is an open table, I remind you, because even though Omar did pot off the break, he didn't pot a ball after the break. So not only is it an open table, Ryan also has a free hit to try and take advantage of. So he's still not a colour, because that is a free hit, his first visit. So he is still not on a colour set. He has to pot a ball to be a colour set. So if he was to miss now, it would be an open table. Yeah, so now he is now Ryan is yellows. I think what we've noticed from Ryan is, we saw in the early start of the match, is if the balls are there, he's been very clinical. He'll take them out, and I think he's going to do the same thing here. The frames that he's lost have been frames where I don't want to sound disrespectful in any way, but there have been ones where maybe there's been a couple of problems, and I think Omar's controlled them well, sort of tactically. But this, shows me that Ryan, if they're there, he'll take them. He's been clinical, gone about this the right way. Yeah, nice control, just a little bounce off the cushion there. Yeah, that's good. So again, that's proof that Ryan is very good at mopping up when the situation's there. So we're back to 6-all. So it's a little bit like our previous game on stream between Ben Davies and Jordan Shepherd, where Jordan took I think it was a 5-1 or 4-1 advantage, and Ben came back, and then the lead sort of went backwards and forwards. So again, that's the beauty of this of a longer format. You're going to get stories. You're going to get a narrative building throughout the game.
13th frame. 9 to break. 6 frames off. Time running.
Okay, so we're back. Ryan to break. Nothing down, and he's actually been quite successful on the breaks previously, so it's his turn to be dry. It's nice to see people in the watching this sort of all around the world. Just looking at our Facebook pages, it's brilliant to see you know, our sport being watched and played in different countries. It's fantastic. We really appreciate all the people. I can see people from Morocco are watching, people from Malta are watching. We really appreciate that. We're trying to build. We're really trying to sort of build something with this Supreme series. So if we'd really appreciate if you can share the video and comment, and it really helps when we try to give a sort of leverage moving forward. So big thank you to everyone. Peter in the YouTube chat was asking, did Ben win? I presume you talked about Ben Davies. No, he didn't. Jordan Shepherd won 11-10. It was a fantastic game. I think the video you might be able to watch again on YouTube if you didn't see it. But Ben got it to 10-all, broke dry in the decider, and Jordan cleared up. So that will be in our sort of archive. I'm not sure if it's there already. It might be. It is in our archive already. If you want to go back and watch it. But yeah, it was a great finish. But Jordan just got through 11-10, and Jordan's going to be very, very dangerous moving forward. He's a player in form. He's come through a close match, and we talk about his sort of temperament. Sometimes he beats himself up, but he did actually look, composed, and fair play to him getting the job done. So on one of the outside tables, Craig Lakin's actually taken 9-8 lead now. So Craig that match has turned over again. So. Ronan McCarthy, arguably, Ireland's greatest ever player. He's in action against Drew Hughes, Drew from Wales. Ronan is 7-4 up currently. Lee Clough is now 4-2 up against David McQuillan. Still a long way to go there, but it's opened a little bit of a gap between himself and David. Oh, that's quite nice actually. He just took took the paint off the red, but he's I think he's all right here. So, is he? Wow, he's sounded a bit tingy, didn't it, on his tip there? That was he's done well really to dig that one out. He obviously didn't fancy sort of stunning it in or running it through. He's sort of no mess in there. He's gone straight for it. Yeah, well, that was the wide side of the bag, we'll say, but quite a bit of feet but got there. So good finish there from Omar. Very impressive. He takes the lead once again. It's 7-6. Okay, so Omar is 4 frames away. The next game on the stream table is going to be another blockbuster. Really, it's going to be Carl Boys against Mark Farnsworth. So that's the game that's coming up at 10:30. Or I mean, obviously there's a possibility this could go beyond that, so it will follow this game if it passes 10:30. A few people in the chat box just asking what the total prize pot is. I mean, the total prize pot is just under £30,000. The winner does receive 13,000. So this is the second biggest, second most lucrative event on the Supreme Series. We do have the Home Leisure Direct Grand Finals that are at the end of November, beginning of December, where the winner actually picks up £51,000, which is the biggest amount ever awarded in the history of tournament play in English 8-ball. So we've got that to look forward to. But there's a lot of action before then. We've obviously got this tournament. We've then got the K8.com Classic, which is coming up at the end of September. That's event 4, and then, like I say, the Grand Finals, the end of November, beginning of December. And as we say, the players have entered all the events. To play in the series, you enter 5 events, but the 4 events leading up to the Grand Final, you have to have played 3 out of the 4. Else you're not eligible for the Grand Final. So everybody's in the Grand Final provided that they've played 3 out of the 4 previous tournaments. There is a seeding system in place, so there's a ranking system. Determined on points. Now you get far in each event. Currently, Liam Dunster is leading the rankings because he reached 2 finals. Yeah, and the Home Leisure Direct Grand Finals will be played with the new Supreme rules. We will. There's a lot of action to go before then, but that's something we will touch on a little bit closer to the event. The players already know about the Supreme rules. They are, I guess, like a hybrid of the rules that we currently play with, and it is that's something that we will sort of touch on a little bit later on in the series, really. So again, sort of Ryan, when the balls are there, he's shown to be sort of consistent and consistently mopping up. Ideally, he'll want to be straight or just on close to the cushion like that. So, when he draws it out, he's coming into the table instead of going away. So that's a good shot just to make sure, these little sort of deft touches. Okay, well, he could have maybe screwed back a little bit further, but on the basis of what I've seen of Ryan, I don't expect him to miss this. Yeah, and that's what I was saying, the chances there, Ryan's taking them. Okay, little update on the other tables. I was about to say that Eddie Barker got it back to 9-0 against Craig Lake, and he did, but Craig Lakin's quickly rattled off the 19th frame, so he's on the hill. He's 10-9 up against Eddie Barker. Needs one more frame to get through to winners round 2. Adam Davis is now locked 7-0 with Ben Rowland. I think Ben Rowland was 6-3 up in that tie, so Adam's got himself back into that fixture. Rob Warren is now 10-8 up on Richard King. Again, I think Richard was leading that encounter, so Rob's turned it around well. And Rob's done well today, because he you might have seen he lost a money match last night to Paul Riley. But Rob, spookily was the first player through this morning, and looks like he might be going through to tomorrow undefeated. So that will certainly make him feel a lot better. Jimmy Croxton's 8-6 up on Andrew McKee. Gary Clark is 9-6 up on Scott Gillespie. And Craig Brown versus Max Nosko. A match that I said, looked very close encounter. It is. It's they're still locked in. It's 7-0. And that's a fantastic break from Ryan. That's a real humdinger. And I think if we look at this, if you look at reds, they look nice. I think the red closest to the middle of the table, closest to say like the blue spot on like a snooker table, I think that passes into the bottom right hand pocket, so it goes in between the red and the yellow down there. So Ryan will have to mind his work, but this is something that he's done very well and very consistently throughout the game. If the balls are there, he's taking his chances. Lee Clough has gone 5-2 up on David McQuillan over on table number 11. So that's gone a little bit wrong for Ryan. Well, it's not just gone a little bit, it's gone very wrong, because I don't think he's on any board at all, so that's an enforced error. It's quite a rare occurrence in what we've seen of Ryan in sort of an open play so far. He's been very clinical. Big hello to Dominic Clements. I see Dominic is watching the stream down in Cornwall. Hope you're well, Dominic. Glad that you're enjoying it. A lot of action to come this weekend, so stay tuned. His options were limited there, weren't they? He really put himself in the mucky stuff there. Just to reiterate, the game following this on the stream table won't start before 10:30. Is between it's fantastic. It's blockbuster. It's between Carl Boys, so multiple-time Moscone Cup winner. Carl Boys is facing Mark Farnsworth, so one of the most consistent players in the blackpool pool world, Mark Farnsworth. So that should be, cracker. So that's gone wrong for Omar. He's looking a bit more of a favourable nudge than that. That's a good shot. Just took his medicine there and realised that he couldn't play anything sort of aggressively. So a little tap on the table from Ryan there. It was a total, so of course he didn't need to hit a cushion after contact or pot a ball. The only issue with that is it's kind of a nothing shot, really. I mean, he's hit it, but everything's there now for Omar. I mean, it sounds a bit reckless, but it might have been worth him sort of having a bit of a bash at that, really, and hoping something would happen or something would tie itself up, or because really he's just given Omar an open chance to get himself 8-7 up. Gary Clark over on table 10. He's on the hill against Scott Gillespie. So, wow, Omar isn't afraid of moving the cue ball. That's really well played, actually. Really well controlled, and he's got a lovely angle now just to track up. Might play a little bit left hand side just to get it sort of parallel. There we go, a little bit of side tap. In fact, he did it too well, really. Would have been sort of straight on the yellow, but he can just come around two cushions here, or just one. So this black, and Omar retakes the lead, and when you consider you're sort of 5-1 down, he's done really well to get back in this game. You know, I've said it before, but yep, no issues with the black, and Omar Mounchid is now 8-7 up. He's 3 away from the next round.
A 5-minute break.
Okay, the players are just taking a 5-minute break from the action. We'll pick it back up when the players return. So if you come back in a few minutes' time, we'll continue into the conclusion of the match.
10th frame. 1 more to break. Leave 8 frames to 7. Time running. Seconds.
Hello, everybody. It's Michael Day back in the commentary box. Sorry, I was absent for the last frame. I was just watching. Just went into the other room, the other arena with 15 tables. There was a hill game between Craig Lakin and Eddie Barker. It was fantastic. It'd been close all the way through, and I think there's a lot of people around the table. So I think there was a lot of people depending on certain outcomes there with sort of money and betting and things like that. But Craig managed to get over the line, and Craig won 11-10 in a decider. So anyway, back to this proceedings on the main table here. Omar's now 2 in front for the first time in the match, so Pete is asking in the YouTube chat about other commentators, ex-pool players. I personally myself, I play all sort of cue sports. I play snooker, pool, a bit of American pool when I can. So I play a bit of everything. Peter. Hello, George. My name's Michael Day. The commentary box will last for you. I'm going to be here most of the weekend. I am filling in for Nick Finn, who's not with us this weekend. So I don't know about able substitute, but I'm the substitute anyway. So you've got me for most of the weekend. I hope you're enjoying the stream, George. If you've got any other questions, or if anybody's got any other questions at all, don't hesitate to contact us on social media or through the our stream channels. We are also on Twitter as well. So if you are on Twitter and want to follow the Beer Productions are on Twitter, and also the Players Pool Events, who are the people behind the Supreme Pool series. So Beard Productions, you'd find it. Twitter handle was Beard Productions, and Players Pool Events is Twitter handle is Social PPE. So if you are on Twitter, it'd be fantastic if you could give us a follow. So anyway, while I've been sort of bigging up our social media channels, Omar's quietly going about his business here, and it's looking good to perhaps go on the hill. Yeah, thank you, George, for that. Thanks for nice comments. That's we do really appreciate that. A lot of work and effort goes into this behind the scenes. So it's a bit like the tip of the iceberg. People only sort of see the finished article, but there's weeks and months of work behind. So yeah, that's really nice to hear. Thank you, George. Yeah, I do think it will get bigger and bigger in the future, and obviously as time goes by, the events will have a history behind them, and the prestige levels as well, and there'll be a story told. So yeah, hopefully the future's bright. Dominic in the Beard Productions chat box is asking, did Darren Vicker win? Yes, he did win earlier. Dominic, he actually plays Darryl Whitworth in the next round this evening at 10:30. Darryl Whitworth actually knocked out Phil Harrison earlier in the event, so with no disrespect to Darryl, Darren was expected to be Phil Harrison, but it's not. It's Darryl Whitworth, and they'll be playing at the 10:30 session. So it's been a little while since I've sort of updated you with news of the results around the room. So next door, I'm just looking here, we've got Neil Raybone is 5-3 up on Gareth Higgins. Daniel Bishop is 4-3 up on Cameron Dunlop. Rowan McCarthy is just shading it against Drew Hughes. He's 8-7 up. Obviously, Omar Mounchid is now 10-7 up, so he's on the hill. And Omar was 5 on down, remember, so that's he's won 9 of 11 frames, so it's been a big turnaround. Adam Davis is on the hill, former world champion. He's 10-7 up against Ben Rowland, one of the the sport's up and coming players. Max Nosco's managed to sort of break away from Craig Brown a little bit. It was 7-all. He's won the last 3 frames, so Craig's now on the hill. Max is on the hill. He's 10-7 up. And Lee Clough is 6-3 up against David McQuillan, and a lot of experience in that game. And I think Lee was 2-1 down early doors, but he's got control of the game now. He's 6-3 up. Just a reminder, all those games in the winner's side are 1st to 11, so the games at 10:30 as well will be 1st to 11. When we get to the losers section, which starts tomorrow morning at 9 o'clock, those games are 1st to 8, so best of 15. Okay, so he broke quite a few of the balls. Are sort of stuck into the middle of the pack there. That might be a little bit tricky to take the rack off there. You can see it was a delicate operation there for the referee. Okay then, so Omar's at the table. He's got half a chance of finishing here, but he's got 2 reds that are tied up here on the table. I'm just wondering if he can manage, if he could get to the potting angle of the bottom red. I mean, if he can, he'd naturally be sort of pushing the other balls out and opening it all up a little bit. So. Maybe even the red, the top red of the 2, maybe that goes into the bottom left-hand pocket. So again, if he pots it, he's going to be, opening it all up. Playing this with a fair bit of side, so we went for it, but nowhere near. What we have seen of Ryan throughout this match is that he's usually quite clinical when it comes to clearing balls when they're all there. And again, this might be another example of him doing that. Because I think that yellow that's directly above the bottom red, I think that goes into one or maybe even both corner pockets. Yeah, I understand what people are saying about sort of like the Supreme rack. Sometimes it can take a little bit of time to set the balls up and to remove the rack if there's balls sort of in that area. But you've got to balance that with the benefits of, you get a lot more open breaks, and, that leads to sort of open frames. So, the time that you are, referees are using the Supreme Rack equipment, you can balance that out with what that's doing for the game itself. And as we're saying that, talking about equipment, Brian's I presume he's had a thumping kick there, because it's just stopped dead. Craig Brown's pulled one back against Max Nosko. So he's 10-8 up. Adam Davis is still on the hill against Ben Rowland, 10-7 up, so he's nearly through to the next round. Drew Hughes has actually levered it all up against Roland McCarthy, so that's 8-all, so that's could be a grandstand finish. What we will see now is a few of the half-10 matches are going to be starting early. There's some cracking games coming up on the this table, the main stream table. It's going to be 10:30. It's going to be Carl Boys versus Mark Farnsworth. So that's a great day. That's a great match to finish the day's action with. So I think Omar's plan here is he's going to use the red that's closest to the right middle. He's going to use that to bash open the yellow over the top right hand pocket, which in turn will open up the pocket for the red next to it. So whilst it looks like Brian is in control, this shot here is going to completely change that. He's hit it too thick. He's hit it too thick. Wow. Ryan breathes again, I guess. So, and look at that. That's a great camera view. We see that the yellow does go. So, great opportunity now for Ryan to get his 8th frame on the board. Well, maybe it didn't go. Goodness me, from our camera angle, it certainly looked like it did go. But he's a lot closer than we are. And now he's in real trouble. This looks a good shot. Yeah, that's a nice shot. Yeah, that's certainly changed the complexion of the frame. So he's Omar just trying to sort of get to use the black as a blocker, and as you can see there, he's done that pretty well. I think it's total. I'm not sure he can hit the paint of the yellow. Yeah. We can see with that great camera angle there that's the case. Obviously easy to... Oh, well. You got that. He raised his hand. I'm not sure he played it like that because he's only hit the thin side of the yellow. So we do have a couple of the 10 o'clock games are sorry, 10:30 games that have gone underway. Just a couple of early updates. Mike King's 1-0 up on John McAllister, and Darren Vickers 1-0 up on Darryl Whitworth, who was Phil Harrison's conqueror in the opening round. Yeah, nice shot from Ryan. I think nothing reckless. Just he knows he's got the advantage in this frame already. Just doesn't want to give it away. Not really sure where Omar can sort of duck to here. He might have to use the red that's furthest to the left in some way. I think that's what he's tried. That's not a bad shot really, because that's a clever shot. The red that he hit, he pushed that over to the right hand side of the top right hand part of the pocket. See, Ryan could be in a bit of trouble here because Omar does. He will be able to either drop his red in there and he can pop the red in the other pocket, or he could even open the pocket up by playing the red off the yellow. So this could be, if he's not careful, this could be Ryan's last shot. And, well, there's every chance that could be his last shot. Okay, so I presume that he's just going to possibly drag this in, or, roll this in. Play the red into the opposite corner pocket. You want to just leave a nice little angle so you can track down for the black. The black's in the open. Is he okay? He's on it, but looks like I think he's got a little bit of an angle. I think he can work a little bit with that. Managed to get out, and he's gone past the bulk line. So this black then for Morocco's Omar Mounchid to get to the next round of the winners section of the 2018 Supreme Masters. Yep, well done, and Omar's done really well there from 5-1 down. He showed that he's quite clearly a classy player, and very impressed with the way he played there. So. It's not the end of the road for Ryan. Ryan moves over to the losers section, won't play again till tomorrow. Omar won't play until, I think, tomorrow afternoon, evening. But he's through to the next round. I think Omar is going to have an interview with Lee Kendall in our interview room in a few minutes' time. So if you want to stay on for that, the next live stream game is going to be at hopefully 10:30. Between Carl Boys and Mark Farnsworth. So, like I say, I think we're going to do an interview with Omar now. So please stay for that. But our next live action is going to be at 10:30 with Carl Boys and Mark Farnsworth. Thanks for tuning in.
Well, congratulations, Omar. That was a good
win.
Thank
you very much. Thank you.
And you from the World Rules side, again with Ryan. So I knew both players very well.
Thank you.
Have you played Ryan before?
Yes. We play in Morocco. We played 2 rules, black ball and world rules.
And how did you do before?
In Morocco?
Yeah.
Yeah, I win Moroccan championship three times.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's good that the fans can see you play, because certain players go on the stream all the time, but it's nice to see new faces and new experiences.
Yeah, thank you very much. And it's very big for me to play in this tournament with the big players, and I'm very happy to be here.
Thank you.
And, Ryan played very well. He went 5-1 up, so you were behind 5-1, and then you seemed to win a couple of close frames, a couple of tactical frames, and I think you won 9 of the next 12. You done really well to hold yourself from 5-1 down.
Yeah, in the beginning I was stressed.
Yeah, Ryan didn't miss much, did he? Ryan potted. He was clearing up. Ryan was playing really well, wasn't he, to start with?
Yeah.
So you pleased so far with your progress? You're playing well. You beat Orfandad and you beat Ryan Pisani. So good progress.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay.
I hope that I will continue in this level.
Yeah, if you play like that, you will have good tournaments.
I must play better.
Okay. Okay, we'll see you in the next round.
Thank you very much.
Okay, the next match on is going to be Carl Boys and
Mark Farnsworth.
Mark Farnsworth, yeah. It's a long day. So stay tuned for that one. We'll be back online in a moment.